On 1st July 2021, Communist Party of China celebrated its 100th anniversary. However, not many world leaders congratulated the Communist Party. Let's delve into the reasons. Hello everyone, welcome to RightVIEWS. I am Rahul. It was 100 years celebration of the Communist Party of China, and it was a grand gala, whatever could be permitted within the COVID restrictions in Beijing. However, not much enthusiasm was shown by the world leaders for this occasion, and there are particular reasons why it is so. The world leaders gave China a lot of latitude in the hope that when power returns to the people, there will be development and prosperity in the world. The world ignored the Chinese annexation of Inner Mongolia, Chinese annexation of Tibet, of Xinjiang. They ignored the great leap forward which, by Wikipedia's estimates, which is a pro-Chinese site, claimed between 15 to 55 million lives. There are studies which show the number is closer to 45 to 55 rather than 15. But this loss of life was ignored, and China was welcomed into the WTO to trade with the world, to help make Chinese people prosperous, so that there is alleviation of poverty, and then there will be a big addition to the world markets. However, Chinese response has not been so favorable. What started out as a drain of the manufacturing sector in the developed countries soon assumed an enormous proportion and most sinister proportions. China has created a lot of external issues. Taiwan is very well known. It has been a long-standing issue, but the aggression on Taiwan has gone up. Even Japan, with its Senkaku Islands and other island territories which have been claimed by China. Then there is South China Sea dispute, which involves a lot of Southeast Asian countries. Then you have the land disputes with India, Nepal, Bhutan on one side, with Russia, with Mongolia, with Myanmar. On all sides, there have been disputes surrounding China. Then there is a disruptive, aggressive negotiation that China has adopted under the BRI, and that is creating problems far away from Chinese mainland, in Africa, in Australia. The disruptions in Australia are worth watching. The interference in Australian politics is not welcomed by Australians, and Australians are making it known. Then there is an expansionary side to China, where they have been expanding their nuclear arsenal, their missile arsenal, their naval power, and their forces which help them project force into the Pacific Ocean and on the land side as well, into the Eurasian region. The Chinese have also created an infosec warfare, which is related to interference and a cyber attack on the installations in the US, in the developed world, including also in India. You might have heard of the stolen plans of the F-22 and F-35 and the B-52 bombers. You would have heard of the network grid failures in the West and also in India. These are indications of a belligerent state, and they are not welcome by the world as it is. China has also been using its fishing fleets to claim and interfere in international maritime disputes and in international fleets globally. To top it all, we had the 2020 corona pandemic. In all of this, what we see is a belligerent state actor creating dissonance across the world. This is what the world doesn't like. The world has also ignored a lot of internal issues or quasi-internal issues of China. The first being Hong Kong, where Hong Kong was given to China on the basis of one country, two system solution. However, China has annihilated that other part of the system by introducing pro-China elements in every step of the Hong Kong governing process, thereby eliminating the freedom and that second system which allowed Hong Kong its freedom till 2050. So also, the West has ignored the development and deployment of a very intrusive surveillance system that has been networked across the country. This network surveillance system helps track individuals using not just face recognition but also gait recognition. So it is very difficult to evade this system. This kind of surveillance is termed as acceptable for Chinese citizens, but who knows? No one has asked them. On top of this lies a social credit system which evaluates the person for his intention of notoriety with respect to Chinese Communist Party, not the Chinese people in general, and then restricts his freedom or her freedoms and allows them minimal subsistence level of existence. Yet the West, which was champion of certain values, ignored this, lured by the economic promises and the promises of market access to China. But on the economic side also, internally, China has been facing a lot of issues. In 2011 or 2012, there were reports that a Chinese billionaire dies every 40 days and things haven't improved since then. However, it's not just that they die and they die young that is a problem, but the manner in which they die is what is concerning. Now, these kind of systems, economic annexation of wealth, property, and any other means of influence is worrying, but yet the world ignored it. But then on 100th anniversary, Xi has upped the ante, and no surprises there. If you ignore so much, this is what you will get. Today he talked about how China is being bullied by the West, whereas the reality seems quite different. He also talked about world getting bloodied heads if they go against China. Now that's some strong language. And the last straw was the threat against Taiwan. Now threats have always been made against Taiwan, but this time it looks very real. I hope the world is ready to protect Taiwan and promote the security of Taiwan. But this brings us to a very important point concerning India. Now India has been at the receiving end of the Chinese aggression and disruptive tactics for a long time, and very recently too. And Indian army has been able to prevail over the Chinese soldiers there. So China cannot fight India on a man-to-man basis, but China will not fight India on a man-to-man basis. China will use its extensive technical superiority, the technical prowess, the manufacturing prowess, and overwhelm the Indian men on the ground using drones, for example. And that has come to light in the recent drone attack on the air base in India. Now that drone is supposedly being operated by Pakistanis, but who knows, it may be operated by Chinese too. And you must remember that China has demonstrated capacity of artificial intelligence enabled drones, drone swarms. So India has to be ready for a drone attack if it comes to it on the border. If you ask me, if China wants to attack India, it will use Pakistan as a proxy. If China wants to attack the US, it will use North Korea as a proxy. China will not directly engage with either USA or India or any such powers like Japan except Taiwan. We have to be alert to all such possibilities of a joint China-Pakistan multi-front engagement. And it may not be an all-out war, but it can definitely be engagement on multiple fronts. And we'll have to create a diplomatic support system for us in such times. So India has to engage with Quad, India has to engage with NATO, India has to engage with the developed West, hoping to create that wall very quickly in case situation escalates. and the situation will escalate very soon. I hope it doesn't. I hope things resolve quickly and amicably. If you like this video, please give us a like and do share this video on social media with your friends. Do follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Do follow us for our long form discussion on our podcast on your favorite podcasting apps. Do check out our site where we upload blogs and other content for downloads also. And thank you for watching and have a nice day.